All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's the Grove Homeowners Association Board meeting, and today's October the 9th, and it is currently 7 p.m. That's October 9th, 2023. Roll call. Kevin Watler, I'm the president of the Grove Homeowners Association. Our Vice President, Cindy Cole, I see that you are with us. Also, Cindy Wolf, our secretary. Also, Thomas Vassano, our treasurer, and Joseph Hudson Martin, our member at large. So we have all board members present for our meeting. Just wanted to do some quick community reminders and also some updates for the community. Actually, back that up one thing. I'm going a little too fast. Wanted to do the approval of minutes for the August 8th, 2023 HOA board meeting. So for the board members, do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes that was circulated from that meeting?
Yes.
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 Okay. Did anyone see any issues with it?
No.
Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and approve those meeting minutes for the August 8th meeting. And just to remind everyone as well that if you ever miss a meeting or want to review a meeting, they are posted on our website, grovehomeowners.com, under the meeting minutes section, and you could watch the entire meeting in full. They are usually posted sometime within an hour of the meeting. The latest it will be is by the next day. So if you ever have any concerns or questions or want to review something because you missed it, it's right there on our website, and it goes back for quite some time. So into the community updates and reminders, we do have an update from the city of Lakeland on the easement drainage work at the entrance. I know maybe about a year ago we started to talk about this process, and we'll just go ahead and invite our guests from the city of Lakeland or the contractor who could provide that update. So you have the floor.
Okay, hi, Kevin and board members. This is Tim Kelly. I work with the WSP, the consultant who designed the project. And Kevin, I don't know if you were going to pull up the drawing so people.
You could go ahead and pull it up. You should have the ability to. If not, let me see.
Because I actually don't have it ready because I was thinking you wanted to present.
Oh, I just wanted to have it on my file. Do you have it? Are you able to pull it up, or do you need me to download and pull it up?
I can pull it up. It'll take me just a minute.
That's fine. We'll wait for that.
Okay. But while we're waiting, I have Jessica Schilling on the line. She's with the city. And if you have any questions that I can't answer, Jessica probably can. And if not, we'll get back to you. Okay, let's see. I'm ready to share it. Kevin, how do you do that?
There should be a little option on your window. Let me see if I might have to change a permission here. Just 1 second. Let me. More.
Okay, I think you did.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it's a engineering drawing, but I may be able to just give you an idea of what the size and a brief overview of it. This is Crystal Lake Drive. This is the entrance into your homes. So, and here's the ditch. So the guardrail is going to be removed. We're going to have to put a curb up here just in case you get an errant vehicle. It'll keep them from dropping into the ditch. But the large structure will be put here. This is called a baffle box, and that will capture any sediment as well as the vast majority of the litter. And the city puts structures like this on a monthly inspection schedule. So monthly they'll come out, clean it of the litter and whatnot. We have added some extra treatment beyond the baffle box where the water will go underground, some of the water, and then come up through a special amended soil layer, which will remove nutrients, and then it can flow down the ditch. In the next few months, or correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica, you will see the city coming out and cleaning up the ditch, because there's right now so much vegetation and sediment that it's not working properly. And part of that reason was DOT could not get in there to maintain it. So you'll see them clean that up. We need it cleaned up so that it'll help with the level of water in this construction area. It is a very large structure. It's going to require a crane to unload it once they have the area ready for it. So we will have to control traffic through here safely. So you'll have, your standard guys holding flags and keeping things safe here at the entrance to your development. And right now we project the construction, we're going to hold off until after the holidays. We'll be into the dry season, less apt to have issues with stormwater. We'll be out of the wet season, of course. And so late January to early February is the projected start of construction. I think if you'll ask questions, that may be more beneficial to everybody.
Sure, I'll ask the first question on this. Nighttime traffic, is there going to be any safety concerns for folks coming in and out while the construction is going on? And at the same time, I know you kind of gave us an idea before on how long this project is supposed to take. If you could remind us approximately what the new or the latest estimate would be from start to completion.
Okay. Yes, what for traffic? As you know, you have the median here. So with a large crane and the proximity to the ditch, they're going to have to close this one lane. So what we're going to have are flagmen controlling traffic into and out of the development, both here and in toward the center of your development. There will be signage. We're going to have those message boards where you see words written and then they change, located to where your residents can see it and be reminded of the construction. Kevin, we may ask if we can post any information on the traffic on your website. That may be useful for your residents. But there will be signage all around here, and the construction and maintenance department is going to be doing the construction. So they're still working on the exact means of the traffic control, and we'll be sharing that with you as soon as we get that. You asked about the duration. It's projected to take up to 8 weeks, but I do want to emphasize that that's in total. And for instance, the crane being here and setting the structure, that's going to be like 2 days max. They'll be in and out. It's just a lot of the concrete work around the structure. We're going to be cleaning the ditch. It's going to take quite a few truckloads to get the material in the ditch out of it and taken away. And then you've got some pipe work here and curbing and that kind of thing. So that's why you start approaching the estimated 8-week duration.
Okay, and I'm not sure if Jessica's the right person for the first question of the traffic in and out, because I guess I wasn't clear on at nighttime if we have only one way in, one way out, because one side would be closed. Like I just need to make sure that we're going to be able to have some sort of system set up where when people are coming into the development and leaving the development, we're not having people meeting head on.
Oh, absolutely. And nighttime, when there's no construction work, they're going to leave it open because that's the preferred means. Your current traffic pattern, 2 lanes, one in, one out. During the daytime, you will literally have a flag person in your development at the end of the median strip, if you will, and then one out here at the Crystal Lake Drive, and then possibly a person in the middle, depending on if it's during when you expect school children to be walking up and down the roadway. And we took that to heart when you mentioned it at the last meeting. So you're going to have a lot of control there. We will have to look at controlling the way traffic comes in to the development when it's a 1-lane situation, because the last thing we can do is back traffic up to the railroad crossing. So the details on that are still being worked out, and we'll let you know what the exact plan will be. And your residents will have time to digest the exact plan of how they will be able to get in and out for that duration.
And then one of the next things that I know, we have the current hedge that follows to separate us from the trailer park next door. It's about 6 to 8 feet high, which is something we did on purpose because we don't want to see that trailer parks next door. Just want to make sure that we still would have some sort of barrier, so we still have that separation. Is that part of the plan?
Well, right now, see, this will all be concrete here where the guardrail was. So right now, we won't be able to plant vegetation. You'll have vegetation from about here on. So Jessica's supervisor, Lori Smith, is more than happy to work with you as you see the finished product. If you have concerns about that, we can deal with it then. And Jessica and I are not in the position to answer that specific question, but Lori specifically told me, yeah, we want the aesthetics to be right. So she's prepared to help out in that regard.
Okay. So that's it for my questions. Any other board members have any questions?
After it's completed in that structure area that's concrete and the vegetation will go, to the side of it down to the entrance, is there going to be the ability to put vegetation behind that concrete area, or there won't even be the ability to?
Well, you got to realize the truck that comes in here is very large. So we can't have any obstructions in this area here.
I mean, after the project's completed.
Yeah, on a monthly basis,
Okay,
there will
they'll
be a
have to come
large
in,
truck coming in.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah. we would have more ability to do something maybe on the backside, although there are some utilities there. I recommend that we just get it in the ground and let's see how it looks, and then you can call a meeting with Lori as needed to go over that issue.
Other Cindy, Tom, or Joe, any questions from you all?
No,
Not from me, thank you.
Okay, I'll open it up to our residents as well, if any residents have
No.
any questions. Tim and Jessica, looks like you guys got off easy.
Okay, well, feel free to invite us again as needed. Otherwise, we're going to be talking to you, Kevin, about as things approach construction.
All right, sounds good. Excited to at least have this done so we could do our part to keep that lake clean.
Exactly, that's what it's all about.
to start too.
Sorry, someone said something, I missed it.
Hey, so the city of Lakeland, we're this is Jessica with the city of Lakeland. We're excited to get started on the project also.
Sounds good. All right, you all. Well, thank you for the update, and I guess we'll be in touch.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Pleasure. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on to other items on the agenda. Just want to also remind everyone that, to stay updated, make sure that your registration is up to date. We do have the Grove Facebook group, our WhatsApp group, and on our emails. Sometimes folks are saying, oh, I'm not receiving emails because some folks either purposely or accidentally unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe when we're sending our notices, because that's how we often communicate. And if you unsubscribe, we can't resubscribe you automatically. You will have to request it, and you might be missing out on important information. So be sure to keep your records updated. I know Cindy Wolf has been doing a lot of cleaning up of our list to ensure that all of our new tenants and owners are added to it, so we could get you guys all of the information that we know that's important to everyone. Okay, so for property management updates, new residents, since our last board meeting, we approved the tenants for unit 71, that's Edna Fisher, and also a unit for rent or sale. We received an estoppel request for unit 40, and that is being, I guess it's listed on the market now. So we'll see if that actually goes through. Not sure if and when. And also, I believe also for rents, Cindy Wolf, if you remind me, is it 117 that's also going up for rent as well?
That's the right number. I don't know if it's been listed or not.
Okay, yeah, I know the owner of that unit did mention that they're finalizing, I guess, some renovations in that unit to go on the market as well. That's a 2-bedroom unit. So for the delinquency review, board members, you'll be receiving a financial statement so you could review, and if anyone has any questions, you could send it directly to property management. We're doing our best, especially with the new attorney, to try to clean some of the delinquencies up. We've made some headway, but we still got some more to go. Going on to new business, this is the appointment of the organizing committee in an effort to revitalize our governing documents. So this is one of the things that needs to be done every not few years, but every now and then, to ensure that our association stays current and legal, and we need to go through a revitalization process in order to maintain our HOA status. And so the new attorney is going to be sending out some notices, and then we're going to need to do a proxy vote to get this association revitalized. So with that, it's very important that everyone, all owners that is votes in that proxy. More information will be coming out from our attorney on that in the very near future, but we do have to do an official board vote on this to form that committee, and the board members will sit on that committee. So the motion in play right now is all board members, are you in favor of using the current board members for the organizing committee in an effort to revitalize our government documents? Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion's been seconded, and is there any questions or any discussion on it?
No,
All right, hearing none, all in favor of the organizing committee being formed, and using the current board members for the revitalizing committee to revitalize our governing documents, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. All right, going on to director reports. It's been brought to my attention that cleaning up the clubhouse is becoming a little bit more of a tedious task for some of our residents. And with that, right now we're using just volunteers, myself, Cindy's husband, and just others who are helping out in the community to just clean up the bathroom, which is getting messy, at least on a weekly basis, with people putting too much too much paper in the toilets, not flushing the toilets. Obviously, we need to take garbage out, etc., etc. Just needs vacuuming from time to time. It needs to be cleaned. And it's starting to become a little bit overwhelming for the volunteers to do that. I did get a couple of quotes, and the lowest one came in from actually a recommendation through property management from a company that also cleans the HOA that is two streets down from us. The quote came in, if they were to do cleaning once a week, it's $115. If it's done bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks, it will be $145. And if they were to just do it monthly, one time a month, it will be $210, and that's per time, each time they come. That would include cleaning our clubhouse as well as our small pool. I did forget to mention that we actually got a health code violation from the health department for the small pool bathroom, because when that pool was inspected, part of the inspection, because we were required to have a bathroom to have that small pool location, the bathroom was flagged as messy, and apparently that is actually against the state law. So we do really need to ensure that the bathrooms are being cleaned properly and consistently. So I have personally no opinion on the frequency. I'm really wanting to hear from our board members on what you think the frequency should be. Just to repeat it, if each week, if they were to come one time a week, every single week, it's $115. If they were to come every 2 weeks, it's $145, or if they were to come just once a month, it will be $210.
Is that per visit?
Per visit, yes. And then they've also quoted us because it does not include cleaning the windows. But if they were to clean the windows inside and outside, they are recommending doing that every 3 months, and that would be $175 every 3 months. Which is, I can't tell you the last time the windows were cleaned, so it does not need to be that frequently. It definitely does not need to be included in a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly quote. So I'll listen to the board members now on how frequent you think we should do this, or if a board member wants to step up and be in charge of cleaning it frequently so we could save the expense. But it does have to be consistent. I'm willing to hear your opinions on it.
The twice a month sounded like the best deal in terms of, I think if you pay once a month, it's close. It's just a little bit more than what you would pay for them to come twice in a month. What is it? What's the difference between them coming twice in a month and once a month?
What's 145 times 2? I cannot do mental math.
Okay, 290.
290.
Yeah,
290,
290, and how much for once a month?
210.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't worry about the windows, but I think that the twice a month is worth it, rather than just once. Especially if we had a violation.
Yeah, and personally, I think we can handle the windows. I mean, it's not going to take a whole lot of effort if we were to take care of the windows and they take care of the rest of the stuff that no one else wants to take care of. I mean, I don't know if I'm wanting to spend $175 every 3 months as well, because we really could probably take care of the windows, and there's no windows at the small pool house, so it's just the clubhouse that we would need to take care of. And there's probably 8 windows in there or something. I don't remember the exact number, but if I feel it's around that number. It's definitely doable on our end. Tom or Cindy Cole, do you have any opinions on this?
Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 times a week. A month is good.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, this doesn't really need a board vote. I just wanted to pass it on to you guys just to get your feedback, and I'll go ahead and let them know that we'll go ahead and sign up for every 2 weeks cleaning. All right. Just other updates for me. Everyone might have noticed that we do have new stop signs installed. The 3-way stop signs are installed. I didn't do the painting because of all the construction that is supposed to be coming on in the near future. I know this is one of the things that we voted on a few months ago that Joe had brought up, that we wanted to start issuing some violations for folks that are improperly blazing through the stop sign without stopping. So that part of it's done. We also put a new 911 approved numerical sign at the entrance that you might have noticed that says 1836 and an N Crystal Lake Drive at the entrance. And I believe someone had put back up the Grove sign. Eventually we might put the Grove there as well. But for right now, we don't want to tamper too much with that area again, because it's going to be going under major construction, as you just heard, in the very near future. So that was also done. We also got our fire extinguishers serviced recently. That's something that we have to do annually, and Cindy Wolf had organized that and got that done. Tomorrow we will be
Wait a minute. Wait. That didn't get done.
Oh, it did not
They
get
re-
done.
No, they called me to reschedule it.
Okay, so
So
I know
it's
you
going
set it up.
to be-
It's going to be done. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And I think with that too, one of the fire exit signs needs some work or something that I think they're going to be also taken care of for us as well.
Right.
What about our fire hydrants? So is that coming up as well?
I think that one was done not too long ago.
Okay. And then the next thing that we have tomorrow, actually, and Cindy, I did not ask you if you're going to be around, because I might have a pretty busy day work-wise, but tomorrow at I think 10 o'clock, AC in the clubhouse is supposed to get serviced. Are you going to
That's
be
funny.
around?
My personal one is being serviced between 7:30 and 8 tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. So I might be around, but I might holler at you if not, if
Okay.
we could get that, because we need to get the AC in the clubhouse also on its annual service. Okay, so that's some of the things that we've been working on. Again, our attorney's been busy doing some paperwork that we need to get done. But any other board members, any updates from anything you all have been involved in? All right. Not hearing anyone. So bringing us towards the ending of our meeting, and that's when the community members have an opportunity to ask us questions or throw rocks at us. So anyone in the community have anything to say to the board?
Yes, this is Carlton Giles of Unit 10.
Carlton, you have the floor.
I just have a question about, I rode around 2 days after the landscapers came in and did their job. And I noticed that the back part looks different from the front part. Now, I'm not saying, what I'm exactly saying is, should somebody come by and look at the job that's done in the back, because it does not look like the front. If you look at what's done in the front and the way it's done and the way it looks after the finish, it's two total different looks. Is there something that could be done about that? Maybe because I'm not buying that thicker grass in the back and the front, because of simple reason. In the past, the grass, it did look good in the back at one time. Now it seems to be going down. Before the landscaper was coming and taking pictures, it was looking good then when he was taking the pictures. Now nobody's coming taking pictures and it looks horrible. 2 days after, it looks muddy, looks like a cow farm.
Yes, it looks like a cow farm that we have to scrape.
So my question is this what I pay for to out of my HOA to have a decent look? I would like my area to look as decent as the front area, that's all. Is that something that can be done?
Yeah, so Colton, to address, and I know I messaged you back when you texted me, and I did not share necessarily that view. I don't know if anyone else has that view or agree with you, and I would want to hear from them. But from the pictures and video that you shared with me, what I saw was some extra grass, because behind your area, there's a lot more grass than what's in the front. It's a lot thicker, and when you cut thicker grass, you have more shreds of grass that's produced, especially even more so when it's wet. If it recently rained or we had irrigation that ran and they came when the ground is a little bit wetter. I know that there are lines that sometimes happens for a few days, and then that dead grass eventually goes down and becomes mulch. That's kind of what I observed. However, I know your area has, the area you showed me is behind your building, which is between units 5 and 10, and behind also units 17 and 20. That area is just probably has the most grass than anywhere else in the community. So it's a lot thicker. I personally did not see a major issue with it, but I would like to hear if anyone else observed any issues on their area as well as some of that area. To hear what they have to say on that.
Kevin, I'm just looking at the way the front is kept and the way the back is kept.
So,
what I saw was a complete two different looking areas. And see, the thing is, Kevin, where you said the back has more grass and so on. But if that was so, then the area would be looking like that on a regular. So what I'm saying is, I seen it on a rainy day. I seen what it looks like. I seen and I could agree with the thickening of the pile on the grass clumping together. I could understand that. But on a day when it's not rainy out there, the sun has been shining, it has not been any rain for 2 days. 2 days or 3 days after the finish, it looks terrible. It looks like somebody dug up mud.
Okay.
No area on the compound looks like that.
I heard you, Carlton. I hear what you're saying. I don't think you can compare it to the front, because the front there's not a lot of grass in the front. No one has a lot of grass in the front. The back, especially your area, has a lot. But before you say anything else, I really want to hear from everyone else who is on this call. Has anyone else noticed a lot of issues with the grass, what he is explaining? I want to hear what your thoughts are on it, so I know how to move forward.
My question would be, has it ever looked better, like that part, aside from to the front? if it's looked better in the past, then they've done a better job in the past. And I think that's even without comparing it to the front. If, you know, if that's the case, then, because I
Yes.
haven't seen, it, right? I don't know. I can't weigh in. But if it's looked really good once, then it could look
Yes.
better again, is the logic I'm thinking.
It
Yes,
did look better before. Right now, it looks like you're on a cow's farm and they got that hay that's balled up,
yeah.
that's balled up. And there's a line from the machine that they use. You can see the cut from the machine. And then when they finish with it and they finish with the area, we got to go out there and take what you call it, a rake to scrape up the lumps that look like we on a cow's farm and they got hay balled up.
Okay. Yep, and Carlton and Diane, I'm going to ask that you guys don't comment anymore because I want to hear from other people. We heard your comments. It's the same thing. We understand what it says. I want to hear from other members of the community now in regards to their thoughts on it. I do have an initial idea on what I could ask our landscaping company to do is to maybe blow that area a lot more after cutting. That they might use a leaf blower to blow some of the dead grass that's produced. Again, as I mentioned before, it's a lot thicker back there, and it might be the need where they have to blow the dead grass away in addition to, you know, after, instead of just cutting it and leaving it for the dead grass to go away. But I really do need to hear from other members of the community on their observations, on their experience, because we do have 119 other owners here, and there's one complaint so far that I've received on it. And so I do need to hear from other folks. Before you continue, Diane and Carlton, please,
What
can
the
I
gentleman said, no, what the gentleman asked, the gentleman asked the question, he said, has it been better in the past?
I
Answer is
understand that, and I do know why it could be, because we're switching from the frequency as well too. When it was rainy season versus dry season, the frequency, so the grass is taller. If you notice at certain times of year, the grass is taller, so it's going to be thicker than other times when they cut more frequently. But again, I'm going to ask you guys to no longer comment because your time is up. We do give about 3 minutes, and you've gone over that 3-minute period. I need to hear now from other members in the community on their observations, on their opinions on the landscaping that we're receiving, so we could address it accordingly. So is there anyone else that has issues with landscaping, especially as it relates to the issue that Carlton and Diane from Unit 10 is raising?
But Kevin, I don't mind reaching out to them, you know, if you want to give me their contact information. If it's not going to change the fee, then I don't see why we can't just complain, you know?
You know, there's no issue with reaching out to them. I just need to know how many people are experiencing the same issues, or if it's just one person in the community that is just not happy with it.
I guess he lives there and he's witnessed it. If there's not people in that strip, you know, looking at it, then he would be representative. You know, I don't need to hear. I feel like if one person, it's their view, you know, it's looking raggedy, you know, all we got to do is tell these people, hey, tighten up. You know,
So,
it doesn't seem like a big deal to me.
I completely understand. And Joe, just to give you full perspective, this is not the first time this same complaint's been raised by the same owner. It has been brought to their attention. And as far as I know, we have not received any additional complaints. And I personally have looked at the video that he shared with me. I personally don't see a huge issue, but I'm one person. I want to know what others also in that area are saying, and those on the call. But Nicole, do you have something to contribute to this?
I don't know about the entire way it looks in the back, but I will say they've seemed a little careless in recent months, or at least recently, and I'm concerned as the holidays come and all our decorations go up, that they're a little careless in the areas. My unit 96 has a small inflatable on my patio area. Because it's on the patio and not on grass, I've tucked it back, and they came through and just blew everything out of the area this past week. So if we're seeing carelessness in relation to the cutting in the back and stuff, there could be some room for improvement there. Like I said, I know as the holidays come and we all start to decorate, I would hate to see someone's property damaged by some carelessness on account of our landscaping. And while I appreciate them coming, you know, I don't want to have to mow my lawn. That's why I live here. It is something that, you know, if we're going to discuss, is something to be raised.
Nicole, that's already been addressed. I also observed that issue. That it was the leaf blower. He did have a new employee that did the blowing part of it. And my doorstep was one of them that I had him come back and reblow. I actually got a complaint from 2 other people as well regarding the blowing in front of people's patios. A lot of grass was left there. And so he is addressing that. It's a new employee that he has, and he's actually on the verge of firing that individual or giving them a last chance because he is aware of that. So he, just to let you know how they operate. So the person, the primary mower is the owner. And then his father, who works for his company, does all of the edging. And then he has either his son or his new employee that does the blowing. They all have different tasks. So the blower is the one that has been an issue. Now, with the especially when it comes to in front of doors. So it could be the fact that in the previous times for Carlton's issue, where his back is seeing more dead grass, it could be that that blower needs to blow back there as well too. So that I will definitely take up with him. I could definitely have that conversation, but I really want to know how many other people are noticing issues and to let us know and document those issues and send it to us so we could get it addressed, because they're more than happy to work with us. But I do need to see, you know, what people are saying. I need to be able to pass it on to them as well. So that's why I really want to open the discussion to anyone here who is noticing an issue. And I do thank you that you brought that to light, because I did notice that as well too. All right, is there anyone else on that wants to address the board with this topic or any other topic? All right.
I just asked my son about his unit, and he just said about the dirt being at the doors, but other than that, he said that he wasn't having any issues.
Yeah, and again, the door that was already addressed. He's taking care of that one. Same issue I had, same issue Nicole had, same issue 2 other owners mentioned. So we're definitely addressing that specific issue. That's going to be resolved. He gave me his word that he will. He had stopped doing it one time. He used to do it where he used to go back and make sure all of his employees did their jobs correctly. He had stopped that, and he said he now knows that he needs to now do a walk around again just to make sure. So everyone is doing their thing. So we'll have some improvement with that for sure. It's inexcusable to leave that grass on people's steps for sure. That's just not acceptable. Nicole?
So in relation to other issues, and this can be something we might need to address later also, I was just wondering, I know at one point you had mentioned talking about getting quotes on gutters for some of the buildings that potentially show some water issues. I know there's a building up front, they've still got some sandbags up. I know I struggle a little bit with it. I know there's another building she's been having. I think she was at the last meeting talking about the water actually intruding into her unit. Has that been followed up on? Is that something that has been gotten that we know where we're at, or is that kind of been a back burner thing?
Not a back burner issue. The issue is the financing. So with that, all buildings moving forward, once we are moving to the metal mansard, all buildings we're going to have to get quoted in with gutters, just to eliminate any issues. So it's going to increase the cost of doing a building. But right at this time, because of the delinquencies that we need to improve on, we can't move forward with the financing that we were hoping to have. and that will eliminate that issue. So all of those larger projects is on hold because it's just not in the budget to do so.
Okay. I didn't know if it was something where it was a possibility of like, if we were just talking about our building and where my end has the problem, is it something that it's a quote for a 50-50 split on the end, or is it something where it's just going to be the HOA and the roofing and the mansard? So that at least helps me understand a little bit of where we're going, and I just wanted to kind of follow up on that.
Yeah, and with that other owner issue, just to update, because I've had discussions with Lori with her issue. Hers is going to be somewhat of a 50-50 split, or somewhat. So what's happened with her issue is her neighbor had a fence and it changed the makeup of that area, and then everywhere else around it. Remember, this place was an orange grove prior to becoming our HOA, which is why we got the name the Grove. And so it's very hilly in her area, and she just happens to be in the lowest part of it. And then when her neighbor put the fence up, it used to share the water, so it had a lot more water that could accumulate before it got up high enough. Well, now that she's now the lowest spot on the end of her building, and everything slopes towards her, my compromise on that is I'm going to get the landscaping company to actually level some of the hills that are back there, so she's no longer as that low. If she needs any more mitigation, she will have to do her part of it, which would be like raising her slab at the back, which some people have done already, and to pitch it away. But when she pitches it away, we would need to, the association in the common ground area would need to get a bobcat, take up some of that extra dirt, and the water could flow away. So that's kind of where things are left with that. With that issue, I don't think she's ready to move forward with her issue because it's not happening frequently. I think the water intrusion on her unit happened once or twice, but that's the update on that one.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Does anyone else wish to speak? All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the meeting. The next board meeting is scheduled for Monday, November the 6th, 2023 at 7 p.m. And I hope everyone has a wonderful night. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.